I travel, 20,000 miles to come here. Well, you can buy one here, but your money is not good here. You need to exchange the money you got for the temple money. So they will make money on the exchange of the coins, and then they make money also on the selling of the sacrifice. This is where these guys, okay? Now, the Pharisees, the other group, on the other hand, were generally from the working class. And many of them, like Paul was a Pharisee, made their living from a trade. You could find scribes and priests on both parties, but most likely the high priest and the chief priests, usually they were from the party of the Sadducees. The Pharisees were more conservative and fundamental, but they held rabbinic tradition to be equal to the authority of the scriptures. See, all these things that Moses showed them, the way you need to wash their hands, the way you need to do that, they held that they have a value equal to scripture, which is not true. They were strongly separatistic, continuing the zealous and protection of Judaism from Gentile influence. You see, they were very jealous of the tradition of the law. The Sadducees, these are the aristocratics, on the other hand, cared nothing for rabbinic tradition and had no compunction, okay? They have no desire about making religious, cultural, or political compromises. They will compromise as long as it will benefit their cause. They were thoroughly liberal and materialistic, not believing in angels. They thought that immorality was okay and didn't believe in the resurrection of the dead or anything else supernatural. So you can see that these two groups are very far from having righteousness at all. But they come together to Jesus and they say, Jesus, show us a sign from heaven. And this is what we just read. The second characteristic of the willfully blind is the other side of the first. They curse the light. The person who is content in his spiritual blindness has no use for spiritual light because it intrudes into his darkness and exposes the sin. You see, if you're naked and you are in a place that there's people, as long as it's dark, you'll be okay. But you won't want to go into that room that there's light because you're naked. So this is something like that. The person that rejects the light because the light will expose their sins. John 3:19 and 21 tell us, this is the judgment. Listen carefully. This is the judgment, that the light has come into the world and men love darkness rather than light. Can you believe that? Light coming to the world and the man has rejected the light because they love darkness. Listen what it says. For their deeds were evil. For everyone who does evil hates the light and does not come into the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed. But he who practices the truth coming to the light so that his deeds may be manifested as having been formed in God's own hand. You see? And that is the word of God. That's what John said in chapter 3, verse 19 and 21. I just read it to you. The Pharisees and Sadducees did not come to Jesus in hope of finding truth for themselves, but in hope of finding falsehood in him. You see, they were not looking for truth. They were trying to find something wrong with Jesus so they can accuse Jesus. This is the reason why they come. It makes sense, you know. Some people come, you know, to church for one reason for the other. Some people approach truth for one reason or the other. But these guys, they were not coming to Jesus looking for truth, looking for light. They were looking for something wrong in Jesus so they can trap him. Therefore, testing him, they asked him to show them a sign from heaven. The truth is that they did not expect Jesus to perform such a sign, and if he has given them one, their unbelief will have remained just as strong. They did not deny, check this out, this is very, very important. They did not deny Jesus' supernatural power. They have seen sign after sign. They have seen Jesus raising people from the dead. They have seen Jesus healing the lepers. They have seen Jesus walk on water. They have seen Jesus feed the 4,000, hand the 5,000. They have seen Jesus remove demons from people. They have seen the power of Jesus, and they knew that that power was supernatural. Okay? The problem was that they refused to recognize that his power came from God. That was